All right, Schlockmeisters fans, we'll finish off the Burbank Drive-In and watch something called Between the Covers. Let's check it out. So our movie starts with a couple in a car.
I know, but now I've got to go.
I'm meeting somebody else.
No.
What do you got there? A want ad. Weekly income of as much as $500. Attractive and dynamic people wanted to sell subscriptions to magazines. Hotel Carlton, 6 o'clock. You mean you want to work for a living?
So she walks in, and it's a strip club, but the place she needs is in the back where all the guys are.
I'm sorry.
My second call, lady. Well, I've been to see her once before.
So the guys are trying to sell magazine subscriptions, and they're sitting around the table, and they tell their stories about how they sold subscriptions in the past. And we see those stories played out. The man of the household doesn't want his wife to buy anything.
No, just a minute. Nobody buy anything.
Where do I sign the order?
Here. No one signing anything. If we need anything, I'll be the one to buy it. And I'll tell you, I'm not signing.
But their son in his underwear
Ignore me.
trying to make love to a girl, and they're making too much noise.
And by the way, something's burning. Hey, are you leaving?
Yes, I'm very sorry, but I hate interruptions.
She never even had her clothes off.
The hell with her? Want to come along?
And guess who she's going to hook up with? Doesn't take too long before they start to get frisky in the elevator.
But this incident also shows that occasionally a target of opportunity will present itself entirely by coincidence. The main point is to grab these opportunities and exploit them. As this episode shows,
And he sold a lot of subscriptions, apparently.
And also the ability to react quickly to a chance of opportunity.
On to our next story.
Yes?
Mrs. Jones?
Yes?
Charles is a friend of mine, and he asked me to stop by and say hello.
Charles?
Yes, he gave me your address.
This is
Oh, Charles.
Helga.
What's he up to nowadays? It's been years.
Well, he's a med student, just finishing up.
Helga's apparently horny too. And things quickly turned into sexy time.
Anyway, you know, the trouble is she wouldn't mind playing the game herself. Hey, listen.
Different story here.
You could do me a favor. Huh? I think I should let that young man play around with Marion.
His wife.
You could make a couple of photographs of it.
What's the idea?
The photos might be handy to have when my patience with Marion's little eccentricities finally runs out.
You get what you ask for.
Illustrates my point. We must be ready to exploit the opportunities that arise.
Now, listen, babe, just out of curiosity, what were those photos they took of you for, anyway?
Publicity photos for inflatable plastic furniture.
Plastic inflatable.
Our next story, this guy's going to visit someone who has a teddy bear.
Oh, you bad bear, what are you doing?
A horny teddy bear. Anyway, she ends up spying on the guy when he's with somebody else, actually.
Just a second. You said a word in here.
There's mistaken identity.
Then you're not the client who wanted a French lesson with a special treatment?
No, it wasn't me. Now, how about signing up for a subscription? I think I've earned it.
Earned it? Not quite yet.
Special equipment.
Apparently, he was successful in selling a lot of subscriptions.
Just a minute.
Yeah?
I've changed my mind.
You got a subscription.
I need several. Hurry up.
On to another story here. This guy, this time the guy has two ladies here. I think one of them is the owner, that lady. I think the other one is an au pair.
Concentrate on nothing but the sound.
I think they're going to au trio. Can't show you much of this either. Nice legs. And this guy's watching all the action on some sort of closed-circuit television.
And of course, before the evening was over, I wrote up subscriptions on everyone there. Once again, we have seen how the most unexpected elements can lead to success. All in all, our profession offers the opportunity to combine interesting and varied work with an exceptional level of earnings.
Our next story is going to involve a seance. That's an interesting statue.
Hello there, Roger. Nervous? Nervous? Not a bit. I'm glad of that. The seance will be a great success. Just wait till you see the girl I found.
I've already taken the risk.
The girl he found is this lovely lady. She's going to be the medium.
So you just go behind the screen there and get undressed.
Yep, she has to be naked on a table. So she is spread out naked on the table now. I can't really show it to you, but I can show you that nice penis statue in the background. Then they grab these like back scratcher thingies and use it to stroke the girl's naked body with them. Weird. It's all about more and more magazine subscriptions.
Be fantastic.
I never knew I could be as good a man.
And what you're paying, Bryce?
That's expensive.
What do you want?
10 subscriptions for each person here.
And an apartment from me. And a big check to go with it.
And 10 subscriptions from everyone here.
She's the ideal subject. And this is only the beginning.
I've been invited to a party, and the luck of the draw decided that I have to make love to all the men.
And what are your feelings?
The idea alone makes me feel all hot.
After a lot more scenes that I can't show you, it ends with these two.
I always wanted to.
Yes?
You remember the meeting?
Yes.
I mean, well.
What?
You know what I'm thinking of.
No.
Well,
You'll
it's
have to
pretty
say
obvious.
Say
Beautiful
it right
woman.
out.
and, yes, but be a little more helpful.
Oh, what can I
It's
do?
about time we found out if this couch is any good.
Why didn't you say that right away?
All right, let's talk about the movie Between the Covers, another one of these German movies from the early 70s. These German titty movies, very similar to like the Schlockmeisters Report movies or Swinging Wives, like I did earlier this week. This movie, man, there was a thin plot. There's a woman who's going to, wants to get a job selling magazine subscriptions door to door. Wonderful job. So she goes into this club to meet with all the other guys who are salesmen. It's a strip club, but then she meets with the guys in the back, and then when the guys are sitting around a round table, basically they're talking and they're basically start telling stories of how they've managed to sell subscriptions. And then we see each of those stories played out. And of course, all these stories have sexual overtones to them. The guys meet horny women, horny au pairs, horny everybody's. And we see each of these stories played out, and they all get laid, of course. And of course, in the course of doing that, they manage to sell a bunch of subscriptions too. Like I said, there was a threesome with this au pair. At one point, one of the guys got frisky with a girl in the elevator that he picked up from one of the houses that he was visiting, apartment, I guess. The last story was an interesting one, though, where there was a seance going on. It was and this woman was brought in as a medium. Was this the same woman from the beginning of the movie? I'm not sure, but she had to be naked, like an altar, kind of like on the table, like a Ouija board or something. And they kept touching her body with these back scratcher claw things. Really strange. And then when it was all said and done, she says, "I want 10 subscriptions from everybody." And then that's pretty much how the movie ends. Again, it's just one farce after the other. So that's Between the Covers. Now, where does this movie come from? I don't know. Code Red, I think, had something to do, did this DVD here. They put it on with Swinging Wives. I don't know where they unearthed this thing from, but it delivers what it's supposed to. There's tons of nudity in it, full frontal female nudity. The only bad thing is the framing isn't quite right. The tops are kind of cut off a little bit. I know Code Red was blistered when they put this thing out because for both of these movies, it looks like they took VHS rips of it. I wasn't aware that Between the Covers ever had a VHS rip, but maybe it did. But it certainly doesn't look great. You can tell that stuff is clearly cut off on both top and bottom to kind of make it look widescreen, which it's not. It's just a mess. But whatever. They've been saved on DVD forever now. So I guess you got to give Code Red thanks for that. I'm thankful for that. I never had Between the Covers before. I had Swinging Wives on a VHS tape, so that's why I ended up tracking this down so I could upgrade my VHS to DVD, although it doesn't look that much different. And now it got Between the Covers in my collection too. That's it. So anyway, in terms of what you're looking for, it delivers. Now this is available on this Burbank drive-in set. There's 2 of them here. They actually made 3 of these DVDs in this series. This is the only one that I have. The other 4 movies I think are very in a similar vein, but that way, and apparently the quality is the same also on all these. So you get what you pay for. Now these things are out of print. This one was very, very hard to find. It took me a while to track it down, but I eventually did. I got it from somebody on Facebook actually. So thank you for getting this for me. I had an eBay search forever looking for this and just never popped up. So anyway, that's it. Between the Covers. Check it out. Let me know what you think about it. I'll leave a link to it down below, but last time I looked, it was not available on Amazon, but it'll show up eventually at some point. Check it out. Leave some comments. Between the Covers. Watch it. Bye.